I'm coming to you today from a large vacant master bedroom. Today we're discussing home inspections. What exactly is it and how it will affect your sale? Now, what exactly is a home inspection? Most of you will know if you've purchased real estate before, you've probably had one, unless you've been a first-time buyer in the last couple of years where the multiple offer situation and the climate of the market unfortunately didn't allow you to get one. So what a home inspection is a third party getting hired to go into the home and essentially check everything out. They cannot penetrate the home, so they're not drilling into walls or anything like that, but they're checking out as much as they can visually, moisture meters, all that sort of stuff, to really get an idea on what the home is about, what pending circumstances the home may be applicable to, and just where everything is at. The home inspector, again, is typically hired by the buyer, is paid either way. It doesn't care if the buyer buys or doesn't. He's paid either way for the report, and the report is then given to you, the buyer, and you go through everything, and then you clarify the property a bit better than you did, of course, once you just walked through. You're now clarifying it with an unbiased third-party professional who is going to give you the details on all the systems that he can see and the kind of the life expectancies and the sensitivities of the things that he or she sees. Now, there's a few other things I wanted to talk about with regards to home inspections. The first is how it will, if you can be proactive as a seller and get one yourself. Now, this is very uncommon. I think it would be extremely beneficial for any seller to do just this, and that is when you go to sell, get the most kind of known home inspector or one of the most known home inspectors in the city, companies in the city, get a home inspection done. It's $500, $700. It's not a huge expense considering what you're about to go through. And what that's going to do is give you that third-party non-biased opinion of the inspector, and in turn you can get that report, PDF form of course, and hand it out to all the potential buyers. And the value of this $500 to $700 that you're going to spend is very clearly, if all the potential buyers have that, the chances are they're not going to go ahead and spend another $500 to $700 themselves to get the same thing. There's a variety of large company home inspection companies in the city here, and everyone, realtor-wise, for example, knows who they are. And if you get one of these big reputable ones that all the agents working with those potential buyers are going to know as well, it's going to be a really proactive step for you, the seller, to hand that document out. And in turn, I would suggest there's a 90% chance that you will alleviate all of those potential buyers, if they're whoever's actually going to offer, to putting in their own subject to inspection. So that can give huge peace of mind to your buyers. And what is that worth to you? Well, your buyer's peace of mind is worth everything, because if they are coming in emotionally and want to purchase the home because they love it and they see themselves there, and they've got an inspection report before they have to offer, they're offering with that peace of mind in addition to just their original reasons for wanting your home in the first place. So your buyer's peace of mind is everything, and this is really enhancing the peace of mind that your buyer is going to have on your property. And you can very easily create that reliability, or whatever you want to call it, on behalf of the buyer towards you and your home for simply $500 to $700. Now, how can an inspection report affect the sale? This can go both ways. You can, let's say you do not get the proactive approach done. You do not go and get a report yourself. Little side note that I just remembered, if you have this report yourself done first as well, and it does highlight any issues, you can go and fix those issues, have receipts from the professionals that you've gotten the issues fixed by, and address all those things along the way as well. So the buyer knows that you're being as proactive as possible, and you're alleviating any potential last-minute issues or threats to the deal by doing just that. I'll leave that alone now. The home inspection, how it can affect your sale, is if you didn't do it proactively and the seller comes in, you negotiate a deal, they've got subject to inspection and or other things, and they do their inspection. Typical subjects, all subjects we'll say in a house, financing and inspection, you're probably looking at best case in a hot market 2 to 3 days, worst case 5 to 7. So always keep in mind, if this doesn't go through, you're adding those days on market to your circumstance as a seller. And sellers, obviously, the shorter the days on market, the better, and that gives buyers less leverage to use on that topic and that point to try and get the price down. Anyway, if they come in and they do a 5-day, they tie up the property for 5 days, they're financing whatever's happening, they come in, they get their inspection, and then they notice a few things, or 5 or 10 things in the inspection that they don't like. And they're sensitive to certain things based on past experience, which you of course wouldn't have known before. Now you're in a situation where you've got a subject removal date looming, but the buyer has issues, and one of two things are gonna happen. Well, 3. A, best case scenario for you, they say, forget it, let's just buy it. And it doesn't matter anyway. One of the 2 bad circumstances, we'll call them, is A, you are gonna have them come in and say, okay, well, this work to be done, we're gonna need to get it done prior to completion. You need to do it prior to completion, so sign off that all these things will be done prior to completion, or we're gonna walk away. So that's, the second worst opinion or circumstance that can happen. And the third thing that can happen is they can come on and simply say, look, all these things need to be done. We're gonna walk away if you don't give us a credit to do it, and we want X amount, $1,000. Every single time I've ever seen this happen, the number that is given, the X amount, is boldly inflated beyond what it would actually cost to do. But the seller wants it in their hands, or sorry, the buyer wants it in their hands, the responsibility in their hands now to make sure that the seller, you, do not cut any corners just to get it done and say it's done on paper and then go. And that's the fear by the buyers at that point, that corners are going to be cut when these jobs are to be done. So the inspection report, if done typically, which is after all the negotiation and everything's kind of relying on it, can go either way, for you, the seller. If you're proactive about it, you can really harness what's going on in the home, and you can proactively address any potential issues that the report brings to light and show that. And that shows you, again, as a responsible, proactive seller that can be trusted in this circumstance, and is going to put more weight on the report, the fact that it's done up front, and further give your potential buyer or buyers peace of mind that this is the right home for them, these are the potential issues, it's been addressed, and we're good to go. I'm going to leave it there, failing yet again to keep this under 5 minutes, but this is an important one, and I think sellers really need to look at being proactive for under $1,000, especially with houses, especially with older houses and older condo buildings. This can be immensely beneficial to you and save you a lot of time and stress. Jay@McInnesMarketing.com, 604-771-4606. Call me on this topic whenever you'd like, or any others that we've discussed in the channel. Have a good weekend. Thanks again. Bye for now.